Boom, 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 Chenka, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a cheeky little video for you. Just a late night transfer news update video for you lads and lasses out there. I hope you're all doing well. I hope this is reaching you in good spirits and all that sort of stuff. Shout out to each and everybody. One of you that's been waiting in here, waiting for me to fix my green screen. I think I've got it okay, but if I disappear into Casper the Friendly Ghost, I apologise. But massive shout out to you all. Hope you're all having a good one. Kobe Miranda, Mrs. P, Do Alk, Joe Breheny, Ryan Burspin 9, Dalibor, Burgic, Andrew Medhurst, Matty the Rushmeister, G Wolf, Jesse Lingard, everyone else, thank you so much for getting in here. Thanks, Jesse. Same to you, mate. MBG, Heydiro Official, Alex, Dylan Gill, Sandeep Barrage, Ibs, Sida, Alex Todd. Bunch of absolute heroes getting in here. Shout out to every single one of you guys tuning in. Do us a favour, hit that thumbs up button if you're just getting in here. Obviously, we're just getting started now. So we want to talk about Thiago Alcantara. Now, Thiago Alcantara is a fantastic player. I think most of us would actually want to go and get him in our team. There's a lot of reports coming out today that Manchester United are trying to swoop in and take him out from underneath Liverpool, who are supposedly interested in signing Thiago. The thing is with Liverpool and Thiago is I think the amount of money that is being talked about in terms of the contracts is probably a little bit too out of reach for the Scousers, in all honesty. Whereas United, maybe, having freed up that Alexis Sanchez money, we might be able to go and pay the money for a top player like Thiago Alcantara. I hope it's true, because look, if United suddenly finish the window adding two midfielders to our side in the class of Van der Beek and Thiago, man oh man, do we all of a sudden have one of the best midfielders in the league when you've got players like Thiago, Van der Beek, Pogba, Matic, Fred, McTominay, Bruno Fernandes. I mean, on my days, that would be a ridiculous amount of talent that Man United will have in the midfield. So in terms of should Manchester United go and get Thiago, the answer to that, my friends, is a big fat yes. We should do everything we can in our power to try and sign Thiago right now, especially if it means taking a player off the Scousers right now. Because, look, they are the champions of England right now. We don't want to see them strengthen. If we could take a player like Thiago off of the Scousers, I think it would be absolutely amazing. But just to give you a little bit of a basis of what we're talking about here, so Christian Falk, respected journalist for Build, he's today given a little update saying that it's believed United are maybe interested in stealing Thiago from Liverpool, but there's been no official bid as of yet. But this was 8 hours ago when that was posted, so maybe there's something that's materialised since, but I haven't heard anything. If you guys do know, let me know. But the fact is, look, Liverpool are still in talks for Thiago. United apparently are trying to swoop in and get the player. So what do you guys think in terms of having the possibility of doing that? I think, like I was saying, it should be something that's on United's hit list this summer. Not only would it be a kick in the gonads for the Scousers, but it would add a real quality player to our side. And look, Van der Beek's an amazing good signing. Look, 35 million quid, young lad, 23, played for Ajax, been impressive for years, and he's coming to the Premier League. That is absolutely fantastic. I love that signing. But Thiago is a different sort of a signing. It's a proper statement, that one. He's a quality midfielder. He's seasoned. He's the age of a full-on, in the prime, experienced player. 28, 29 years of age is a midfielder's prime. And so in terms of experience, in terms of everything that he's gained from playing for Bayern and great teams in Spain over the years, he can come in and he can show that experience for Manchester United in the midfield. And that is a player that would absolutely excite me, guys. Shout out to you all for stopping by. There's almost 100 of you legends tuned in late night here, so do us a favour, smash that thumbs up button, and I want to have a little vote in the live chat, everybody. So put a 1 in the live chat if you think that it's realistic that Thiago maybe does come to Manchester United, or stick a 2 in the live chat if you just think it's absolute paper talk, hearsay guff, and Manchester United probably won't go in for him. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what remains to happen with this one, but all roads lead to yes for me. If I'm United, I'm trying to sign him because he's only got a year left on his contract at Bayern. So, look, there's going to be a window of opportunity for Manchester United to go and get him for a reasonable amount of money. I think there's even fees being talked about in the region of 20 to 25 million pounds. For a player like Thiago, I mean, I don't know if that's legit, but for a player like Thiago, that's an unbelievably fair price, isn't it, guys? And it plays into that whole value for money situation that the owners and Woodward and all these guys are trying to obviously live by at Manchester United. We haven't been going out there and spending the big bucks on the big name players. We have been shopping around in, I guess, the bargain bin. You know, we're shopping around in the bloody Kex bargain bin or the Sex bargain bin. What is it? CEX? Or sex. That shop. Anyway. Shout out to everybody getting in here. George Gaming, Kevin North, Scujo1, Philip Nomax. Kevin North, he thinks that it's just BS and probably Thiago won't sign. Mark Voigt thinks 1. I think we should do it, guys. You know, we should go and do it. Stop fannying around this window, Manchester United. I've had enough of the insubordination from our board, honestly. Yeah, getting Van der Beek's in great, but yeah, it's a bargain bin signing, like I said. It's a bargain bin signing. We haven't gone and spent the money like Chelsea. We haven't got the players in like Chelsea. We need to do that. So a player like Thiago would be brilliant. If we want to try and challenge for the next season and get Solskjaer the tools required to do that, Thiago fits the mould, my friends, doesn't he? Doesn't he? I mean, look at his statistics. For Bayern Munich. He's just been an absolute monster for them over the years. 150 appearances. You got 17 goals, 21 assists. But you know, actually, those stats don't really tell the story of Thiago. What he is a metronome. He's an absolute metronome at the centre of the park. He's so good keeping hold of the ball, possession of the ball, passing his range. I mean, there's not many players in the world that have an actual move named after them. You know, there's Johan Cruyff, the Cruyff turn. You know, there's a few, don't get me wrong, the Panenka. But there's not that many, is there, guys? Whereas Thiago, I suppose, isn't as really is justified, is it? In fact, really, his special move is just to touch round a corner. That's basically it, but he does it better than anybody when it comes to just like taking the ball, knocking the ball past a defender who's trying to close you down. I don't think there's anybody better in the world at doing that. I mean, you can watch a whole YouTube video of him just knocking it round the corner past players. It's absolutely exceptional. Right then, okay, so some other interesting Manchester United news today. We've got there's a couple of little further things that are happening with Donny van der Beek. Of course, that's all done and dusted now. We're just waiting for the announcement. What is taking so long on this one, guys? They rushed it through. We got the miracle over in the Netherlands done, and then what's bloody taking so long? Just announce the deal already. I'm getting pissed off. But anyway, that's imminent, so don't worry about that one. But just get in the live chat, lads and lasses, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on Thiago to Manchester United. Is that something that you think's realistic? Pretty much every single news outlet is discussing it right now. I mean, I've got an article in front of me here, which says Manchester United have reportedly made contact with Thiago Alcantara as they look to beat Liverpool to the signing of the Munich star. His contract expires next summer. He's set to depart Bayern Munich after 7 successful seasons, very successful seasons. I mean, you're talking about somebody who's just won the treble, so I think it would be an absolutely brilliant signing for Manchester United, a real coup this window. Like I've been saying, it is fantastic what we've been doing with the signings over Solskjaer's time at United. The players that he's brought in, you cannot argue, have been really good ones, not just for now, but for the future. And like, we're trying to build something here at Manchester United. I don't know if any of you guys saw my interview with Eric Nevland earlier. Shout out to Eric Nevland. But he was talking about Solskjaer a little bit, and he was saying that, look, it's going to be a quality signing from Van der Beek there, and the type of players United need to sign. We're trying to build something at United. That's what we're trying to do now. Now, Thiago, even though he doesn't fit into that lower level player or that player that's ready to step up to the next level of playing for a big club like Manchester United and come into the Premier League and try and better themselves or prove themselves as a professional, he's already done that. I mean, you're talking about somebody who's pretty much won everything in the game. So it's not that kind of signing, but it's a different signing. It's a signing of intent. It's a signing of real quality. If you want to try and fill the puzzle pieces, there's not really a better puzzle piece available to United right now that can come in and fill that slot better than Thiago Alcantara, because he's so experienced and he's just proven. And he's the right age. It's not like you're getting some 34-year-old Arturo Vidal, which is, there's some speculation about Arturo Vidal as well, guys, as a CDM opportunity, I believe, in Barcelona, and he is aging, but he's still probably a quality player. There's some discussion about that, but it's not like that, because Thiago's still got 4 or 5 years at the absolute peak of his powers here. So this is like getting a Rolls Royce of a signing at the right time. This isn't getting a clapped out banger or an old Daimler or something. This is like getting a freaking Rolls Royce Phantom drop head or something in your team. This is a stunner. So let's hope that we can do it, because I would be gutted if the Scousers ended up with him. I really would, because like I say, he is a fantastic player. And what quality does he really add to Liverpool's team? I'm telling you now, he would add a lot to Liverpool's team, just like he'd add a lot to our team, especially if you look at Liverpool's midfield. Like, okay, you can't deny, like, Jordan Henderson had a great season and he's really a good character in the team and a good leader and all that stuff, and he works ridiculously hard. You can't deny it. but he doesn't even compare in talents to a player like Thiago. So I do think that there's a strong possibility that they would really, really want him. And I think maybe they would spend pretty hard to get him as well, because he is a big profile player and they've got to look for the future. But this is all the more reason why United need to go and get him. How you doing, everybody? Thank you. Jarvis Cocker says, great interview with Nevland. Jarvis approves. Thank you so much, Jarvis Cocker. You top lad, mate. Really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for all the feedback on the video earlier on the interview with Eric Nevland. It was a pleasure speaking to the lad. And if you've not seen the interview, you can watch it after this video. It's on the channel. He gave us his thoughts on Solskjaer, Sir Alex, a bit about his career, and even Donny van der Beek. So it's definitely a good interview. He's very gracious with his time. Thank you to that legend, Eric Nevland, and everybody that watched it as well. JP in the house, he says, playing pro clubs and trying to type. Yep, that's going to be a bit of an issue there, JP. Multitasking is not our strongest for us lads, is it? Gaz G, how are you doing? He comments, hi Pig, any news on the Manchester United takeover, the Spanish Ortega family? Is it just BS? Right then. So look, in all honesty, at this stage, it's just rumours, isn't it? I mean, I haven't seen anything solid to say that this Ortega family have got the wheels in motion, and they're really strongly in talks of buying Manchester United from the Glazers. I haven't seen any of that, but what I have seen is a lot of rumours. And if it is true that you're talking about, I didn't even know about this family until yesterday, but I think somebody mentioned in the live chat they're worth about 70 billion. So if you were going to have a potential owner come in, then it would be better if it was an absolute mega billionaire, wouldn't it? Who's just going to be like a sugar daddy to the football club and wants to see it perform well, like a Roman Abramovich. You know, okay, yeah, they bought the success and they were a cup team before that, but they've got a rich owner now who supports them. And that's what we want. That's all that we want. And a club like United deserves that more than any football club in the world with the history and the fan base we've got, which we don't have at the moment. So I hope to God that it is true, because I'd love to see United end up in the hands of owners who are willing to fully invest in this football club. Because like I say, it truly deserves that. I actually tweeted Jeff Bezos the other day. He didn't get back to me though, about maybe buying the football club. That's the sort of vibe I'm feeling. Elon Musk, you know, these guys, all of these rich fat cats, 100% I would love to see coming inside Manchester United. Offer the Glazers, because look, if somebody's going to come in, especially if they're going to clear the debt money as well, like if they're just going to come in and buy United for, say, 4 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion. I don't really know how much. I mean, the Glazers bought it with for 800 million in the 2000s, and with a lot of debt money, it would have gone up a ridiculous amount since then because of all the commercial entities that have associated with us, the fact we're on the stock market. Shout out to Paul Walker, who's just subscribed, mate. Thank you very much for everybody that's getting in here. Smash that like button, lads and lasses. Leave a cheeky little thumbs up on this video if you can. It helps this stream out, helps this channel out amazingly. Thanks to all the support for everybody getting in here recently. It is amazing. This channel is really doing well at the minute. So shout out to all the Bacon Brigade for everyone who's getting in here recently, honestly. It's great to have you on board. Isaac Gangso, thank you, Isaac. He says, love the show. Love the name, Isaac. Thank you, my friend. Ellie's in the house. What a legend. How are you? She says, good team. Hope you are all good. Good stuff, Ellie. Dennis Johnson says, big up to you, Mr. Pig. Great interview today. Thank you very much, Dennis Johnson. Yeah, I've got a little bit of... I've got some news for you guys, actually. At this moment, it's not 100% confirmed yet, but at this moment in time, we should have Luke Chadwick on the show next week as well. So that's something to look forward to as well. Another ex-Manchester United player who obviously had an interesting career. Another player we can talk to about his time at United and playing under Fergie and playing with that special set of players. So that's going to be awesome, guys. So, yeah, keep a lookout for that. That'll be next week. And thank you. Shout out to everybody that's watched the rest of the interview earlier. KM with the comment says, Pig, the owners have been shopping at B&M Bargains. Mate, there ain't nothing wrong with B&M Bargains, to be honest with you, KM. I'm a bit of a purveyor of the B&M, not going to lie, and Home Bargains. Which one do you shop at, guys? Stick a 1 in the live chat for B&M Bargains. Stick a 2 in the live chat for Home Bargains. Controversial. Oh, my days. Matt Rush says, class of 92. Yeah, I mean, look, he played for a lot of football clubs, Luke Chadwick. He's definitely had a good professional career. Not everybody can be your Beckham or your Giggs, you know. But he still had a fantastic career. I'd love to talk to Luke Chadwick, so I'm looking forward to that one. The FIFA Tom says, talk about transfers now. Okay, I'm guessing you're just getting in here, mate, because we've been talking about transfers the whole time. But yes, so in terms of the transfers, to get back to the point, thank you for getting me back on track there, my friend. Thiago Alcantara, what do you guys think about this? Is it a situation that you would tolerate at United? Would you like to see us go and maybe break the bank to sign him? And what I mean by that is not break the bank, but the wage structure at United is probably just getting under control now. You think Sanchez has just gone off the books? There was a lot of players on a big amount of money that shouldn't have been on a big amount of money. And I think that slowly we have been chipping away at that to get it down to a manageable point. Because it wasn't manageable where it was for a number of reasons, not just for the expenditure-wise, it's manageable in that way for United, but it's not manageable in terms of the impact it has on the rest of the squad. Like we've talked about before, if you've got a player like Alexis Sanchez on £500,000, it's a bit of a demotivator for the rest of the team when they're playing better than Sanchez and he's on a shit ton load more money than they are. So stuff like that, you can't have those discrepancies behind the scenes in the team. And he's gone. We've made some different changes like that. Thiago's another player that would be coming in on big money. I mean, I don't know what Thiago's current contract is worth right now, but you're talking about one of the best midfielders in the world, in the peak of his powers in terms of age, who's won absolutely everything, who's been playing for one of the best teams for 7 years, and for Spain as well. So I'm guessing he's going to command somewhere in the region of a few £100,000 a week. If Pogba's on 300,000 or 350,000, David De Gea's on that, you would think that Thiago's definitely going to be somewhere in that region, 300 to 350,000 pounds a week. Is it worth paying that money? It potentially could be. Like I say, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. He's still got 4 or 5 years left at the top of the game, being 28, 29. Is he 28? I think he's 28. Yeah, he's 29 actually. Sorry guys, he's 29. So he's still got a few seasons, 3 or 4 seasons at the absolute top. There's no doubt about that in my mind. So if United can get him, we should get him. Because Liverpool are sniffing around him. If we steal him off of them, it's a double whammy, isn't it? It kills 2 turds with 1 stone. With 1 flush. Thank you, Mrs. P, for the super chat. She says the interview was amazing earlier. Night, everyone. Good night to Mrs. P. Shout out for getting in there, love. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much for stopping by and showing your support. Over 200 of you legends in here right now. Legends. Thank you for stopping in here. Smash that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for all the latest Manchester United news. Johnny Malks with a comment here. Thank you, Johnny. He comments and he says, I guarantee that Thiago Alcantara is not even on the radar. No way does he sign for United because the club aren't even interested. Well, I mean, look, why wouldn't we be interested in Thiago? If he became available, if he's only got 1 year left on his contract, and he would be available for a reasonable amount of money, which he would because there's not a long amount of time left on his contract, then why wouldn't we? Surely we would. I mean, look, Fjortoft's tweeting about it, saying there seems to be a battle between these 2 big rival clubs, Liverpool and Manchester United, to sign these players. Christian Falk saying that Manchester United are in the mix for the signing, or Christian Falk's talking about how Manchester United are in the mix for the signing of Thiago. Now, okay, it could all just be paper talk, but it is some reputable sources that we're talking about here. Not that they haven't got it wrong before, but it doesn't mean we're going to sign Thiago, guys. Of course, I'm not trying to get you carried away and say we're signing Thiago. No, I'm saying that it's a player that United are being linked with heavily right now, and it's a player that we should try and sign. He gives us that experience. He gives us that quality. He offers us something different that we do not have right now. We do not have that right now. The only thing you could argue is, where's he really going to play in Manchester United's team? Because you've got, you know, I suppose he can actually play anywhere, though. I mean, you have seen him play left, right, wings, but really his best position sort of in the hole, his best position's in the midfield, like even behind, you know, deeper. He's a proper central midfielder. So where is he going to be? Where is he going to play? I mean, United need that deep line playmaker. We've signed Donny van der Beek as well. We still have Matic, McTominay, Fred, Pogba, who will do all those sorts of same roles in those positions. We have Bruno. So is it even feasible? I think maybe it is if we were to get rid of some players. That's the thing. There's a link with Fred, perhaps going out to Galatasaray. Maybe that will materialise if a player like Thiago was to come into the football club. We shall see. Just one other bit of transfer news that I want to talk about today, actually, is Chris Smalling. It's looking likely that maybe he will be joining Roma on a permanent deal. We'll see there. You know, I've sort of got mixed feelings about the Chris Smalling transfer away from us, to be fair, because he's actually been a good player over the years. I look at some of the players we've got in our squad right now, and I look at Smalling and Lindelof, and I'm thinking, yeah, there's not really that much in it between those two guys. I think Smalling's as good as Lindelof, if I'm being brutally honest. And I actually think, in terms of having that yin and yang and having a bit of balance in the back line, I think Smalling and Maguire sounds better than Lindelof and Maguire, even if Lindelof's arguably better than Smalling. As weird as that is, I just think Smalling's a bit better in the air. It's a bit quicker, a lot quicker. So I think it would give you it'd give you a good balance in the centre of defence. And that's all to be seen whether United sign a centre-back. If we sign a centre-back like Deo Upamecano or Benoit Badiashile, then of course, fair enough. But I don't understand why Phil Jones, I don't understand why Phil Jones is ahead of in the pecking order above a Chris Smalling right now. That makes no sense to me. He's been out on loan to Roma. He's actually had a really good season over in Italy as well. If that move is to be made permanent, I would kind of be a little bit disappointed, because I kind of think, you know what, based on Roma's performance, or Smalling's performance at Roma this season, I would give him another chance at United. And based on how Lindelof has been this season, I would give him another chance. Bailly's been in and out the side a little bit as well. He's been too erratic. Smalling, Mr. Dependable compared. What do you guys think? Jonathan Gallagher says he's not good enough, Big. Yeah, I mean, there's a very good reason why he's gone. But the point I'm making is he any better than Lindelof? Is he any worse than Lindelof? Is he any worse than Phil Jones? No, he's not. Phil Jones is worse than Smalling. I'm going to say that right now. I'm going to put my hat down on that and say Phil Jones is a much worse player than Chris Smalling. I'm just going to say that. So I don't get why Chris Smalling's away. But anyway, that's looking like that it might happen. What do you guys think about that? Have a little vote in the live chat then. Stick a 1 in the live chat if you're disappointed to see Chris Smalling leave United. Stick a 2 in the live chat if you think it's just about time that he went and did one. Get in there and have a little vote, everyone. I love hearing your thoughts and opinions on these topics. So I think I know what's going to come out of it that time. I think most people are definitely going to want him gone out of the football club. Look at this, the FIFA Tom, Gaz Newton, Matt Rush, Johnny Gallagher, Karen, the FIFA Tom again, Imad, Ahmed, Alex, all with 2s. Well, there you go, guys, of course, because he's just not really... You have to remember, he was a calamity as well the last season that he was at Manchester United. Do you remember that first season that Louis van Gaal was here? Chris Smalling was like Smaldini out there. In all honesty, he had a great season. But look, any players could have a great season. It's a shame, isn't it? But he'll probably be going out of the football club. In a way, it's a shame, because he's probably better than some of the players we've got at the back there. But yeah, I agree. Overall, he's not good enough. The thing is with United in this window, what we need to be doing really is, it is important for us to bring players in, but it's also quite important for us to get rid of a couple of players that are not good enough. Solskjaer's been pretty ruthless with his departures since he's come in, actually. If you think about all the players that have left while Solskjaer's been here, they've all been very justifiable. And he's done a very good job of selecting the players he doesn't want and discarding of them. But what we need to be doing, of course, is improving upon these positions. Like, if United do not go and get Upamecano or go and get a top quality centre-back in the window, then what is actually the point of selling players like Chris Smalling right now? Because you might need him at some point. We have to go and get that player in Upamecano. So I hope that that's what that means. If there is a deal for Chris Smalling, I would hope there's going to be a deal for another centre-back coming in there. I would hope that Phil Jones would be on his merry way. Think about it, guys. If you've got Lindelof, Bailly, Maguire, Twanzebe, and say Upamecano, you do not need Phil Jones lurking around the gaff, man. What's he going to be doing? He's a glorified tea-boy. Yeah, nice one. I have a couple of hobnobs with that one, Phil. Cheers. Try not to gurn when you hand it to me, though. But bloody hell, I mean, you know, he's useless, that man, so I don't understand why he's still at the football club. There's a bunch of players at this football club that shouldn't be at this football club anymore. Andreas Pereira being one of them. He's absolutely useless. Joel Pereira, the Pereira boys. Absolutely bloody useless. Yeah, I just don't understand it, fellas and lasses. Sorry, don't leave the ladies out. Eamon SJ with a super chat, sorry, not the super chat, with a comment here, says we should get Partey too. Man, I don't know. I mean, look, Thomas Partey would be an excellent signing, because he is, I think he's 26. I think he's exactly what United need in terms of being a proper... Nabil AKB just subscribed, thank you, mate. In terms of being a proper defensive midfielder, that's what we need. That's why I favoured Ndidi. I think those proper defensive midfielders are what United need right now. I've always liked those teams that play with like the Makelele type player. I have always liked those sort of teams, as opposed to like a playmaker. Like, remember when we had Carrick, say? Carrick is a different sort of a player. He's going to be a playmaker. He's going to be a metronome. He's going to tick things over. Pass master extraordinaire. Whereas I have always favoured having that balance of having a couple of pass masters in there, but then just having an absolute destroyer, like bloody Conan the Barbarian or something in the centre of the park there, just going around and just being an absolute barbarian out there, just destroying the game, breaking down the opposition with their defensive abilities. I've always liked that. Your Roy Keane or your Kante or, you know, whoever it may be. You're really defensive-minded midfielder. I've always liked playing with that. I think it protects the back line. It depends what Solskjaer wants to do. I think Solskjaer probably favours having more of a playmaker style at Manchester United in that role. So that's why players like Van der Beek, Pogba, Thiago potentially could be all great to come in and do that. Alex Rincon, how you doing, Alex? Great to see you, lad. He comments, how crazy would it be if we actually bought Thiago, Upamecano and Sancho? The internet would probably break. Yeah, and Van der Beek as well, Alex. Like, that would be an unbelievable window. You make a very good point. That would break the internet even more so than Kim Kardashian's booty. You know what I mean? That would seriously break the internet, that one. Why can we not go and do that? Why haven't we done that right now? You know, I just... winds me the hell up. Hey, shout out. No spamming in the live chat, guys. Otherwise, you will be timed out. Try not to spam. Thank you, Alan Webber, for giving us an update on the audio there, mate. Appreciate it. Matt Rush with a super chat. Thank you very much, Matt Rushmeister. What an absolute hero. He comments, great show, pig. Bring me Upamecano. Nice one, Matt Rush. Yeah, look, the thing is with Upamecano, Deo Upamecano, he's not going to be costing a huge amount of money. In today's modern transfer market, how much do you expect to pay for a 21-year-old top-class, up-and-coming top prospect? It's got to be £50 million, doesn't it? Aaron Wan-Bissaka cost £50 million from Crystal Palace after one good season. Deo Upamecano's impressed for Leipzig. Why the hell not? He's got to be worth that sort of a money. The only thing is as well, he's got a release clause, which I believe comes active in January. 43 million euros from what I understand. If we're believed if what we read believed, there's a couple of different disputes about his release clause. I've also heard a report that his previous contract had a 45 million euro release clause in, and then he signed a new contract at the end of July to extend it until 2023, and that actually boosted the release clause that was in the contract to 60 million euros. So that's another account that I've heard. We haven't seen the paperwork here to see what release clause is in there, but there's a big suggestion to say that he has a release clause coming into effect in January, which would enable any football club to go and trigger that release clause and get him for 43 million euros, which seems like a ridiculously low price for somebody of his caliber and his age, and somebody who's impressed so much and is one of the top prospects in world football as a young centre-back. That's what's important here. You're not guaranteed to get your quality player that's going to turn into one, but he has got all the potential to go on and do that. So I think it's a no-brainer for Manchester United to go and do the business now. Like, there's every opportunity for us to get him, because like we said, there is a release clause there. Even if it turns out to be the top end one, for United to just go and spend the money, then that is going to really help us out for the remaining season. But if there is a release clause in January coming into effect for 43 mil, then guess what? They might just accept 46 million euros right now for him, because they're going to end up with a few million more. Maybe they'd rather keep him until January, though. Maybe you might have to pay 50 million euros. But still, there comes a tipping point where they're like, do you know what? It's worth more for us to just cash in right now and get rid of this player than to actually keep him around the football club and let him go for that release clause in January. So in terms of Upamecano, yes, guys, we have to get that one done. Thank you, Matty Rushmeister, for your super chat there, mate. I fully agree with you. Get Upamecano in now. Sick and tired of all the dallying around. The Van der Beek news is brilliant. That's absolutely amazing. We're loving that signing. That's a great bargain signing. Donny Van der Beek coming to the football club for 40 million. It's a great bargain bit of business for United. He's 23, Dutch international, fantastic. But let's go and get the rest of the side complete now. Give Ollie the tools to compete next season, and he might just go and surprise a few people. That's the thing. He surprised me this season with how we finished in the league. Didn't expect us to finish third with the squad we had. No way. I thought fifth best. So he's exceeded expectations there. If you've given the money, given the investment, given the time, why the hell could he not exceed expectations once again? Shout out to all you heroes that are tuning in right now. There's over 130 likes on the video as well, so massive shout out. Please do smash a thumbs up on the video if you have not done so already. That will help this channel out amazingly also. And also, if you are new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell icon as well. We cover all things Manchester United on this channel. We'll be dealing with all the major transfer news and transfer headlines and dealings of Manchester United up until the season starts. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you do subscribe, because we do daily updates on United and absolutely every aspect of the football club. Thank you very much. Kevin Seju comments, could you see Ollie playing a midfield diamond if we don't get Sancho? Hey, what a good astute little comment you've just made there, pal, because if you sometimes you have to play to your strengths, and if we did end up not getting Sancho and we're struggling a little bit in those wing areas, maybe it could just make sense to play that sort of a system. Like I hear what you're saying, maybe like a 4-2-2-2 if you like, with the CAMs and the two holding midfielders, something like that. Interesting. Jesse Lingard says, audio, don't tell me there's an audio issue, fellas. Hopefully it's all right. Dante with a super chat. Yes, my friend. What's going on, Dante? He comments, buying potential is great, but we need experience too. Dante, what a comment, lad. Thank you for your super chat there, bud. And yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. You do need to always have that fine balance. You know, remember Alan Hansen? Never win anything with kids. But in a way, he's right. He was wrong. He was wrong. But in a way, I know what you're saying. You need that mix of experience. Usually, anyway, you need to have that. I mean, the class of 92 is a special set of players, but you need to have that experience in there, that mix, that quality. We do have a couple of experienced players in the side, Dan, like Juan Mata or Nemanja Matic, but it's a very young team. It's a very young team. And the thing is with Mata and Nemanja, they're on their way out, aren't they? Both of those players are on their way out, whether it's a year, whether it's 2 years. They're not going to be around this football club for very long. We need the next generation of experienced player, if you want to say that, which is a 29-year-old Thiago, which is somebody like that who's going to come in and be at the football club on a 4-year contract and help Manchester United kids, help the youth, help develop, help this football club out on the pitch there for the next 4 or 5 years. That's the player we're looking for right now, and he is exactly that player. Anybody saying that United shouldn't go for Thiago, you're absolutely off your tits. He's one of the best midfielders in the world. He's been doing it for a decade now for Spain, Bayern Munich for 7 years. This kid's a special midfielder. Shout out everyone for tuning in. Sorry if I am unable to read all of your messages. There's a bunch of messages coming through. I'm going to go deep into the messages now, guys. So get your messages in. Let me know what you are thinking about any of the stuff we talked about in this. What do you think we need? You know, the Sancho, the Upamecano, the Thiago situation. Nebby Bear, thank you, Nebby Bear, comments, a Sancho replacement would be Depay. He has good skill and we can get him back for cheaper. Please answer, Flying Pig. Answer, do you think I'm right? Nebby Bearer, interesting comment there. So Memphis Depay, we've seen him at United. He's gone on and done some good stuff over in League One, to be fair to him, and he's impressed. But that's a Farmers League, guys. It's an absolute bloody Farmers League. Okay, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having it, Memphis. I think he probably would be pretty good. I think he would be better, obviously, than when we had him previously. But when we had him previously, guys, he was absolutely bloody pants. He was pants-tastic, you know, and I don't want to see that again from him. So you're right, though. He would be cheaper. He would be a lot cheaper. You'd probably get him for 40 minutes. I don't really know, actually. I don't really know. But he's probably a lot cheaper. But there's probably a good reason why he's a lot cheaper. I just don't think he's got the potential or even the ability of a Jadon Sancho right now. And Jadon Sancho is 20 years old. So I'm not pieing you off there, bro. I'm just saying, I personally don't feel like he's the right signing for Manchester United, even if we cannot get Sancho. I don't know who would be the right signing for Manchester United if we cannot get Sancho. I mean, we were linked to that Douglas Costa, £20 million Brazilian 30-year-old, doing the business over in Serie A the last few years. It's an option for a year or two, but doesn't inspire me. Nah, not the right signing. So it's difficult. It's difficult. Thank you, Alex. He says, like the video. Yeah, do chuck a like on the video if you are tuning in right now. That will help this stream out tremendously. Matt Rush says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Ryan Burberspin 9, thank you, bud. He's got himself a My Hero. What is that, a chipmunk? Or is that a squirrel? Either way, he's sent in a super sticker. Thank you, Ryan Burberspin 9, for the super sticker, lad. What a top lad. Shout out to you. Alex R says, what are you drinking? I'm just having a little bit of Coca-Cola, my friend. Bit gassy, though, so I'm trying not to drink too much of it. Ashley Victor, thank you, Ashley, for your comment as well. Comments, does Upamecano signing mean Twanzebe and Mengi would have to go? I don't think it means that they're going to have to go. I think that it means some of the other players in the back line are going to have to go. Those players, Twanzebe's 22. He's still young. There's only a year separating him between him and Upamecano. So in terms of all the potential and all the development that's still left to do, Twanzebe's got nearly as much potential and nearly as much development to do as Upamecano anyway. So I think it would be a shame if we didn't see more from Twanzebe over the next few seasons. I really do. In terms of, though, who would go, we've talked about it a bit in this video already, but Smalling, he's probably on his way to Roma permanently anyway. Phil Jones, it's time now, guys. Come on. It's time that Phil Jones left this football club. He's only holding players back now. It's just redonkulous. He's on a lot of money. Okay, that's an issue. Maybe to get rid of him is an issue. Who's going to want Phil Jones for that sort of money? I understand it, but Twanzebe's there. There's younger players coming through here that we want to see given opportunities. He did give, Solskjaer did give opportunities to young players this season, but he didn't give really Twanzebe that many opportunities. Whenever we did see Twanzebe, though, I thought he was solid as a rock. So I'd love to see a little bit more from Twanzebe going forward. I hope it's not the end for Twanzebe if we signed Upamecano. I would hope it would be the end for Phil Jones, because he's proven gash, whereas Twanzebe's still got a lot of progressing left to do. Vinit, how you doing, Vinit? Viduran, he says, have we bid for Thiago? I mean, there's some reports coming out saying that maybe we have opened up talks, but there's nothing official just yet. So there's nothing to say that Manchester United have made official contact with Bayern Munich or the player. There's just some reports coming out saying now that we have done. But we'll see. I mean, look, we'll see what happens. There's all this reporting going on that Liverpool are in talks with Bayern and have been in talks with Bayern. Maybe the fee, maybe the amount of money that we'd have to pay him weekly is a bit of a stumbling block for Liverpool. Whereas United, we're more likely to pay somebody £350,000 a week to get our man than they are. And I don't think that really undermines the rest of the squad either. Like when we had Ander Herrera on 150 or 120 grand a week, whatever he was on, and he's wanting 250 grand a week, and we've got Alexis Sanchez on 500 grand a week. We can't justify paying 250, 300 grand a week, but we also can't justify paying Sanchez 500 grand a week. But Thiago, you can justify that. If you paid him 300,000, if he had parity with the likes of Paul Pogba in terms of wages, then you can absolutely justify that. Nobody's going to have an issue with an absolute world beater like Thiago coming into the side. None of these young players like Rashi or McTominay, any of these guys are going to have an issue with Thiago being on big money, because he's an experienced man here. He's done it for Bayern Munich over the last 7 years. So I do think that that's pretty important. First Class Gamer, how you doing? Great to see you, First Class Gamer. Oh dear, that's not good. I hope you feel better anyway. Thank you so much to you for stopping by. Everybody, smash that thumbs up button. Get your thoughts and opinions in. We'll have another little vote now. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think the Thiago deal is legit and we should go for him. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you think that that's bullshit and we shouldn't even bother, or we shouldn't even bother. Let us know what you think. Simon Ashraf says, shout out to Bong, please. Shout out to Bong. Bong. Shout out to you, Bong. ZK says Lingard. What about Jesse Lingard? Do you think Lingard deserves a place at the football club? G-Wolf United with the 1, Alex with the 2, Jarvis Cocker with the 2. So not a lot of people feeling the Thiago's transfer, it seems. Actually, there's a bunch of ones coming through now. The Lad, Inno Max, Jeffrey Cooper, Polar Bear, Alan Webber, Denton McGowan. Yeah, no, a lot of these, most of them are ones, actually. Most people want Thiago. I do. I would love to see Thiago come to the football club, because I think he gives us that experience and that quality midfield that we're lacking right now. Okay, we've got Bruno. He's absolutely unbelievable. Pogba on his day is a world beater, but when's his day? Not that often, unfortunately. We have got Van der Beek coming in. Looks a great talent, but 23, he's not the most proven out of all the players that we've got coming in. Aaron Homeyard, thank you so much for the super chat there, Aaron, buddy. He sent in a super sticker saying, cool. Thank you for that, Aaron Homeyard. Nice one, mate. And Delmar Bogle, thank you, Delmar, comments, I think it will happen. This is the thing, Delmar, like, there's no reason why Manchester United should not be going to sign this player right now. He fits the bill. He gives us quality. He gives us experience. All of a sudden, we go from having the ropiest midfield in the top 4 to potentially having the best midfield in the top 4. Pogba, Donny van der Beek, McTominay, Fred, Matic, Bruno, and potentially Thiago. I mean, that would be an unbelievable set of players. You'd have to get rid of somebody that would be so good. But what does that do to the depth and the class and the quality in the side? It gives you a lot. Tristan Newkirk, thank you very much for your comment here. Shout out to Nate Everett for subscribing as well. Tristan Newkirk comments, I like Lingard, and I think it's best for him to move from the club. He simply doesn't make our team right now. Everton could suit him. Tristan, yeah, I mean, look, all credit to Lingard. He's a homegrown talent. He's a player that's come through the youth set up, the youth system. It's a shame that it's not worked out for him, but there comes a time you just have to cut your losses and say he's never going to be good enough. He's never going to be good enough. He's had the shittest season of a United player that I can remember, almost, actually. I think Pereira's was probably worse. But right up there with terrible seasons, right? Why the hell persevere with the guy? Don't get it at all. Just because he's a homegrown player? Nah, not into it. He should be sold to somebody else. I mean, Everton, look, I don't know. Carlo Ancelotti, a.k.a. the godfather over there at Everton, maybe they can make us an offer they can't refuse. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with that. I would think maybe West Ham or someone's more appropriate. Put him back with Moisey. You know what I mean? Or actually, if I'm being honest, if I'm Jesse Lingard, the only way that I'm leaving Manchester United is to go to a big club abroad, because he does have that quite a big name. He does have that folklore, if you like, that Nicholas Bentner quality. He does possess that, Jesse Lingard, and he's likeable and he's a good player. Like, let's be honest now, he is a good player. He's just not Manchester United good, and you've seen that with a lot of the players that have played for United over the last few years go into Serie A and actually looking much better than they did for United. There's a good reason for that, because Serie A ain't what it used to be. It ain't what it used to be at all. It's gash compared to what it used to be. So that's why you see players like Lukaku going over there and actually looking good. It's funny, when Lukaku scored in that final the other day, Twitter was going mad. Oh, we should have never sold Lukaku. Then he scored an OG in his own net at the end of the game. And that sums up Romelu Lukaku. And he was crap for United, but he's gone over there and he's looked very good. Even Alexis Sanchez probably is doing better over. I don't know. I don't follow Alexis Sanchez at all anymore. But I'm pretty sure he's probably doing better than he was at United. There's no way that he could do any worse, is there? Is there? So he must have, Smalling over at Roma. Apparently he's been one of the best defenders in the league this season. Chris Smalling, guys. I mean, it's a far cry from the Serie A of the 90s with Paolo Maldini and Baresi and these guys, isn't it? When bloody Smaldini's the man. Unbelievable. By the way, guys, there's a whole bunch of you people tuning in. You really love these transfer talk videos. Shout out to you guys. I'm going to keep doing them, because you guys want to watch it. Obviously, there's nothing else to talk about during this period of time anyway, and we all want to know what's going on with our football club. These are the main headlines. These are the main talking points. So anybody saying that it's all speculation and stuff like that, I mean, I get that. I understand that that Thiago may end up at Liverpool. He may stay at Bayern Munich. He may not come to United. But we should be talking about this because it should be happening. Jack Lebron says, he's just subscribed. Thank you, Jack Lebron. Much appreciated, dude. Yeah, smash that thumbs up button and get involved in the live chat if you haven't already. I'm going to dive into it and try and answer as many questions as I possibly can now. So we're just going to do a little Q&A back and forth for a little while. Manchester Glory Gaming, hello to you. Great to see you. Cress Welsing. Antoine the Great comments, Messi to PSG or City Pig? If he's to leave Barcelona, which I don't think he's going to leave, I think La Liga have already put a stop to that and said that the release clause is holding up. That 700 million release clause, I think that holds up. So I don't think that there's any possibility that he leaves Barca now. But if he does, if the position's completely untenable for Messi, if what we're reading in the papers is true about him even saying that he's finished at Barca now and he considers himself no longer a Barcelona player, if that all is to be believed, then maybe they would accept a bid for him. He's supposed to have a free release clause come the end of the season in his contract worked in after a certain period of time, and the only thing is, because of the lockdown, because of the pandemic, the dates got changed with when the football season finishes and when the transfer windows are and all that sort of stuff. So his actual release clause that he had is no longer active from what I understand, so I don't think that he's going to be leaving on a free. Will City come in and pay big bucks for him? I mean, you would probably break the world record to sign Lionel Messi, whoever you are. If you're a football club that can afford him, you should go and do that. United should go and do that. I mean, I don't know if you saw the interview earlier, guys. I'm going to say it again. I had Eric Nevland on the channel earlier. Ex-United, ex-Fulham, ex-Groningen, ex-Norway player, used to play with Solskjaer. I had him on the show earlier, and he had a little joke at one point and said, United are going to get Messi now, aren't we? So it's like, that's what we should do. That's why we should have these new owners, the Ortega family, 70 billion worth, or whatever it is. That's why we should, because United's the sort of club that should be buying bloody Lionel Messi and stuff like that. But that's never going to happen. But going to Manchester City, that is a prospect. That's a prospect. PSG's a prospect as well. They're the only two teams that can actually sign him with the amount that they disregard financial fair play. They're the only two teams that can afford him, not because they can afford him, but because they disregard financial fair play, basically. Jordan R subscribed. Thank you very much, Jordan R. Gamer Dude comments, still think Ronaldo is the GOAT. 100%. I totally agree with you. I think he's done it on the national stage. I think he's more all-round in terms of all-encompassing as an athlete. He's incredible in the air. The goals from 40 yards. I've never seen Messi score a goal like Ronaldo's goal against Porto for Manchester United. I'm just saying that right now. Whereas I've seen Ronaldo dribble around a whole team just like Messi and do that. There are some unbelievable Messi. Look, they're both the GOATs in all honesty. It's fire and ice. Fire and ice. They're totally different players, but equally as effective, equally as penetrative, equally as amazing. So we're just lucky that we've had both of them during this era. Any other time, they would be clear head and shoulders the best player in the world, but there's always that debate there. But because of what Ronaldo's done on the international stage with Portugal, I give him the nod, and the fact that he's done it for different teams. I mean, he won the Ballon d'Or at United, he won the Ballon d'Or at Real Madrid, he's won multiple Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, he won La Liga, he's won everything. He's won everything there is to win, apart from the World Cup, of course, but Lionel Messi's never even won the Copa America with Argentina, I don't think, whereas Cristiano's won the European Championships with Portugal, so and the Cup of Nations or whatever it was called. So actually, Ronaldo's done a lot more on an international stage, plus he's carried the nation of Portugal much more than Lionel Messi has. I think if you compare Portugal and Argentina over the last 10 years, I think Argentina's got much the better team, actually. I know they're ropey defensively and always have been, but think about players like Di Maria or your Lavezzis and your Sergio Aguero's and Messi. They've got an incredible team. They should have done better, really. Messi's had a mare. Jonathan says, respect Ronaldo for his grind. 100%. The guy's literally the best professional that I can think of, really. The reason why he is where he is still doing what he's doing now is because of all the effort that he puts in on and off the pitch, whether it's taking care of himself, his diet, his working out, his regime, all the best medical care, absolutely everything. He is a seasoned machine. I agree, Tristan. He says, Ronaldo hasn't quit from a team not once. Messi quit his country twice and now his club. There you go. Messi throws his toys out the pram all the time. He's a little bit of a prima donna, that guy, man. I've never liked him. I think he's got a little bit of a wee rat face. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Messi fans. I know there's a lot of you out there. I like him too. He's a great player, but he's also a bit of a cock knocker. Jarvis Cocker. That was funny. Jarvis Cocker with a super chat. Cock knocker Jarvis Cocker says, we need a world-class centre-back. Small, Deeney and Jones are not good enough. Bailly and Twanzebe too injury-prone. Lindelof too shaky. And Slabhead's in prison. Hey, Jarvis Cockerman, thank you for your super chat there, brother. He says, so we do need a world-class centre-back. This is what we're talking about earlier with Eric as well. I asked Eric, where do we need to strengthen in Manchester United's team this summer? He said, I would love to see a centre-back come in. He knows that Victor Lindelof's a little bit ropey, as we all do. As much as we wanted him to be a good successor, he's lacking in the aerial abilities, he's lacking in the reading abilities, he's lacking in the defensive abilities, unfortunately. Like I've said, I think he'd probably be better as a central defensive midfielder, but not for Manchester United. He's just not up to the standard for us. We've tried and tried with him, and that tandem partnership of him and Slabby Maguire does not work. Like you say, Twanzebe, Bailly, injury issues in and out the team. Jones not good enough. Smalling going to Roma. Yes, we're crying out for a centre-back now, mate. We're absolutely crying out for a centre-back. RXDRMZ, he says, what number do you think Donny will get? Thank you for your question, RXD. Donny, I think he's getting the number 34 shirt from rumours that I've seen. Now, whether or not these rumours are legit, I think he's getting the number 34 shirt, everyone. Is that right, Matt Rush? Because Matt Rush was the man. Yeah, that's it. He says 34 shirt number for Donny van der Beek. So it's looking likely that he will get the 34 shirt. You know that old legendary number. Oh my days. By the way, a bunch of absolute legends tuning into the channel tonight. Over 250 likes. Let's see if we can smash 300 likes on this live stream, guys. Hit that thumbs up button if you have not done so already. That's going to help this channel out loads and help us compete with some of the big channels. We are just an independent one-man band on this channel, guys. So if you enjoy what we do here, support the show by giving it a share, giving it a like, and getting involved. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all things that's going on at United United right now in the transfer window and, of course, going forward. If you're just new to this channel, we've been doing this for 7 years. We cover all things United. I do watch-alongs for every single game. We have guests on and stuff like that. Sometimes we have interesting little pieces and stuff going on. Today we had an Eric Nevland interview. Next week we've got a Luke Chadwick interview. We've got some stuff going on, guys. So subscribe to the channel if you are new to this channel and smash that like button, Antanasses. Nice one. Daniel Kirby. How you doing, Daniel Kirby? He comments, Sancho, question mark? Oh my days. I mean, it should be a given. I still don't understand why we've stalled on this one. It's just a money thing, but why would you allow the opportunity to present itself where you could lose out on the player just for the sake of a few £1,000,000? Don't understand it at all, guys. Just don't understand it at all. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe, look, Solskjaer's decided that he can spend the money better elsewhere. Maybe getting Upamecano and Thiago right now would be better for the football club than just getting Sancho. And maybe we just don't have the resources at our disposal without selling players to be able to do it because of our owners. Maybe that's the case. What do you reckon, guys? I mean, have a vote in the live chat. Who do you think what would you rather spend the money on? If you could only get one or the other, would you rather get Thiago and Upamecano, stick a 1 in the live chat for that, or stick a 2 in the live chat for just Jadon Sancho? So you're either getting one of the best future players in the world for over £100 million, or you're getting Thiago and Upamecano for probably in a region of about £70 million. So stick a 1 if you'd rather Upamecano and Thiago, stick a 2 if you'd rather Sancho. Adebayo, Fawaz and Sam Hopkins, legends among us, they put 1. KM Ali says 2, Jonathan Gallagher 2, Matt Rush 2, Ride the Spiral and Ronnie Huggins and Razak all say 1, Dalibor Bijik says 1. Interesting, it's quite a split there actually. So, oh look, Crash Splins, what's this? Okay, fair enough. I'm not sure. He comments and says, Bayern have accepted a £30 million bid from United. Where have you got the source from, Crash Spins? I would love to see the source, matey. But there's actually a lot of you voting in the live chat. I think it's fair to say, I don't know actually, I think maybe most of you are probably voting for Sancho, actually, basically. I think most of you are talking, voting for Sancho, it looks like. I mean, no, I can understand it. It's a difficult one. Me, personally, I think we probably do add a bit more quality to the side if we get Upamecano and Thiago. And I think it's quite unrealistic for Manchester United to have a window where we sign 4 players this window. I just don't see that happening, guys. I don't see us getting Sancho, Thiago and Upamecano. I just don't. I would like that to happen. That's what we should do. But I just don't see that happening with Woodward and our owners at the minute. Nice one. Try not to spam in the live chat too much, guys, by the way. Yeah, stop spamming. Just keep it, let everybody have their say, because obviously otherwise you flood the live chat and then it just takes up a big block of the chat. Nikunj Mal comments, Pig, can you give me a shout out for the Fan Zone podcast on Instagram? Hey, Boomchanka, Nikunj, absolutely. Check out Fan Zone podcast on Instagram, everybody. There you go. No worries at all. Dexter Tugwell, Motivation. How you doing? He votes with the 1. Stefan Harantonio says, we all like to see Source, Pig. Al Hassan Forfanar comments, Thiago is coming. Mark Gray says, Thiago news. Where are you getting this Thiago news from, guys? Where's the bid? Where's the bid happened? All of a sudden, the live chat seems to be saying that this Thiago news, that a bid has happened. Where is this news coming from, guys? Somebody give me a source right now, because that sounds awesome. Let's hope it's true. Let's hope I'm not just being wound up here. Dexter comments, did you pay to be recommended? Looks like all United Stan fans are here. No, absolutely not, mate. I haven't been paid to be recommended on Nout. But I have been very active recently. So if we're being put in front of a bunch of new viewers, then that's all good, my friend. We have got a great community on this channel, which of course help us out. To be honest with you guys, I've never done much transfer speculation stuff because I like to do it. If you look at my channel, if you go through my channel over the 7 years, you will see that I do videos when United have players announced, when we have them there with the shirt, basically more or less. Because it's just one of those things, isn't it? But what I have understood doing these YouTube videos recently, post-lockdown, I'm of course trying to do it full time, so I want to get more content out for you guys anyway. But you know what? You have to give the people what they want. You have to give the people what they want. And look at this. There's people in here tuning in right now, probably never seen this channel. people want the transfer news, guys. And I always look at the transfer news anyway. I've of course got a big interest in what's going on with the transfers at Manchester United. So, yeah, might as well do the videos on it, give the people what they want. Gamer Dude comments, everyone, do you think De Gea will be back to his best? Yes and no. I think after the last season that he had, I have lost a good bit of faith in David De Gea. Like, I was expecting him to just do much better than he did. He's made too many errors. He's been one of our best players over the last decade, though, so he's got to get a lot of respect, and he has bought himself time with how good he's been previously. I would love to see Dean Henderson stay. I don't want to see Dean Henderson go on loan. I know he's signed that new contract at Manchester United, and I would love to see Dean Henderson challenge for that #1 spot this season. That doesn't mean I want to see him replace De Gea. That means I want to see him biting at De Gea's toes. That means I want him to be keeping David De Gea honest, ready to step in for David De Gea if David De Gea makes a mistake. That's what I want to see, because David De Gea's got too comfortable at United. That's probably half the reason why he's making all these bloody errors. Even in, like, Europa League semis where Sergio Romero's played in the whole competition, he's being plucked out the side for David. So there's that clear hierarchy and pecking order at United in terms of the goalkeepers. I think David's too comfortable. He needs he needs a bit of competition, and Dean Henderson will provide him with that competition. Jesse Lingard, thank you for taking a break from your tournament. Appreciate you getting in here. Johnny King says De Gea's got tiny nip-nips. Well, okay, I can honestly say I've never seen David De Gea's nip-nips, but thank you for sharing. G-Wolf comments, Jesse Lingard, you shut the bed on that one, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, but if it's a conversation where bed shitting and Jesse Lingard are involved, I'm all in. Well, that sounded messed up, didn't it? Carl Lee Bennett, thank you very much. What I meant to say is, it sounds appropriate to have the word Jesse Lingard and shit the bed in the same sentence. That's what I meant to say. Right, okay then, legends. My battery's about to die on here, actually, so I'm going to go over to the computer and look at the live chat that's coming through here. Ad filling skills comments, Thiago. Oh. Hey, great to have all of you legends in here. Daniel Kirby says, Sancho, Thiago, Upamecano will make us contenders. Thanks for the shout out. No worries at all, dude. No worries at all. I appreciate each and every single one of you that's stopping by and getting involved on this channel, you know. This isn't the biggest channel. We talked about this before. This is a little pokey, independent Manchester United fan channel. All the more reason why it's pretty awesome that there's so many of you tuning in right now. And if you are, if you are going to... if you are going to get involved, please keep it clean. Please don't spam. I can see there's a couple of people being timed out and stuff like that. We try to give everybody a chance on this channel, but obviously we've got the moderators on here on the case for a very good reason. They're trying to keep it clean. They're trying to keep it, nice for everybody in the community. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher. Crash Spin says, Pig, who do you think is our next signing? Okay, so actually, I think that our next signing is going to be Donny van der Beek. We all know that, but no, I know what you mean. The next signing after that. Okay, so I think it's going to be Dale Upamecano. I think he makes the most sense. Everybody's crying out for a centre-back in Manchester United's team right now. I'm sure Solskjaer is. Shout out Kiju Victoria for subscribing. I'm sure Solskjaer is crying out for a centre-back more than anybody. He's fully aware that Victor Dwindloff is an absolute melt. He's fully aware that Slabby Maguire might be doing the best part of 21 minutes in a Greek nick. No, that's not going to happen. But he knows that Slabby's also needs a bit of help. And I think Slabby's not had the greatest season over the last year, but he's actually had an okay season, and he needs help. He needs to be having somebody put next to him who can help him out. We need to bring back that top quality partnership at the football club again. We haven't had that since Rio and Vidic. It's literally been that long. That's the most annoying thing about it. When was that, guys? When was that? I think it was they both left when Alex Ferguson left, right? So 2013, I think, is the last time before then when we had Vidic and Rio, where we actually had a proper quality proven centre-back partnership where there's sort of first names on the team sheet. We don't have that anymore. We used to have Pallister, Bruce, that's another great one, but we just don't have that partnership. You know, since then we've had Jones and Smalling, and just recently now we've got Maguire and Lindelof. It's not up to the standard, is it, peeps? It's nowhere near up to the standard. It's not as good as those olden day defenders that we had. So we need to try and get back to that. I've been saying this for a long time. If you want to have a quality team and challenge for everything, you have to have a quality centre-back. You have to have at least one top quality centre-back. You can get away with having a top quality centre-back and a good centre-back as long as he's limited and they both know the roles and they both do the roles well. But you certainly need one top quality centre-back. And even though Slabby Maguire cost £80 million and he still has a lot of ability to show that he hasn't done so, I don't know if he's ever going to be world class. Thank you, Asan Akhtar. He comments, this channel is the best. Shout out to you, Asan Akhtar, as well. Give him a follow on Twitter, everyone. He does graphic design. He's a top lad. Asan Akhtar on Twitter. There's his name if you want to search it. Katia Sheikh says, Greenwood will be the new Sancho. Agreed, but Sancho would be good for us as well. Yeah, Katia, I'm with you on that one. I mean, look, I think Greenwood, if anything, he's got more ability in front of goal. He's got more ability playing in different positions. Jadon's very good on the wings, left wing, right wing. But I think Greenwood can play CAM. I think Greenwood can play left mid, right wing, striker. I would put Greenwood, I'd stick Greenwood in central midfield. I think he's going to do a good job for you. His vision, his intelligence on the ball, his awareness around him, of players around him, closing him down, all that stuff, is second to none in my opinion. He's only 18. So if you stuck him in central midfield, he'd probably be fine. I honestly mean that. Whereas, Sancho, look, he's a little bit different. But Greenwood, to me, is going to be one of the best players in the world. He's only 18 now. He's got years of progression left. Just enjoy it, guys, because we're going to witness something special with Greenwood at this football club, I think. I think we're looking at the next Wayne Rooney, or we're looking at the next Michael Owen, or somebody like that who's going to be special. Robin van Persie. People call him Robin van Greenwood because his style is very similar. I think, if anything, he's better than Van Persie, because Van Persie at 18 wasn't like this level. Okay, Van Persie later on, unbelievable, the best striker in the world at one point. Pure technique. But look, Greenwood can do it with his right and his left. Van Persie only had that left, but Greenwood can do it all. So I think he's a special talent, he's ambidextrous. He's a genius of the game at 18. He's like the Ronnie O'Sullivan of the football world. But to answer your question, I think that there's a very good chance that he still gets a lot of games. I think he still would play across any of those positions. It instantly gives us more depth if you sign Jadon Sancho, because Greenwood can play deputy for Jadon, he can play deputy for Rashford and deputy for Martial. And there's a lot of competitions, a lot of games coming thick and fast. You need to rotate it. He's versatile. You can play him instead of Bruno if you want. Shout out to First Class Gamer for the super chat, lad. Appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. He says, great video earlier today. Which ex-United player would you like to have on the channel next? Thank you so much for that, First Class Gamer. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you haven't seen the interview that was on here earlier, we had an ex-Manchester United, ex-Fulham, ex-Groningen. This guy used to play with Luis Suarez, you know what I mean? Eric Nevland was on the show earlier. So if you haven't seen the episode, go and watch it. I had a chat with him for about 20-odd minutes, talking about United, Solskjaer, his time, Donny van der Beek, and a bunch of stuff. So it's definitely worth a watch. It's only 20 minutes. Check it out. To answer your question, though, First Class Gamer, who would I want on the channel next? Well, I've actually got Luke Chadwick coming on next week. All things going to plan. We've got Luke Chadwick coming on next week. So that's the next ex-Manchester United player wrapped up. I don't know if I could really say who I want next, but I could tell you a couple of my dream people that I'd love to get on here. The first one that springs to mind, I'd be like, life completed it, mate, if I could get Eric Cantona on the show, because he was my idol growing up. I love Eric Cantona. I love everything about Cantona. To me, he's one of the most interesting characters on and off the pitch. I love Eric Cantona. So for me, that would be the ultimate dream. And who knows, guys? It may be in 10 years' time, if this channel gets bigger. Who knows? Maybe we could get somebody like Cantona on there. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, guys. Everybody's got to have a dream, And my dream is to have Eric Cantona on the channel. That would be the best. First Class Gamer says Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs was right up there for me as well, but I almost don't want to have Ryan Giggs on the channel, just because I would be so tempted to ask him some questions that I shouldn't ask. But no, of course Ryan Giggs would be amazing. I'm only joking. I'd love Ryan Giggs on the channel. He's amazing. But to answer your question, Eric Cantona, he would be my dream guest. There's nobody I would rather have on this show. Anybody. There's nobody I'd rather have on this show than Eric Cantona. There you go. Eric Cantona's my dream guest. Jarvis Cocker says, Cantona. Yeah, nice one, G-Wolf. Lou Macari, Matt Rush says Lou Macari. Those would be great guests. Yeah, in terms of next guests, who would be realistic? People like Lou Macari, maybe. I'd love to get Peter Schmeichel on the show as well. I loved the Great Dane growing up. He was a hero to me as a goalkeeper. I loved Peter Schmeichel. I'd absolutely love to get him on there. Gary Neville would be an absolute dream, wouldn't it? Echo Still says Park Ji-sung. Nice one, guys. Thank you. First Class Gamer says, I'll message King Eric for you, bud. I already have messaged him, actually, so you don't need to do that, because I've already done it. I'm going to keep knocking on his door every few months, mate, so I have already messaged him there. I've pretty much messaged every United player. We'll see. Patrice Evra would be amazing as well, Palmarius, actually. That would be amazing. I love football! I love this game. What a legend. I love Patrice. He's got all of his dogs named after players, hasn't he, that he used to play with. He's a lunatic. He's got like 10 dogs. And he's like Scholesy, Neville, Giggsy, Bex. You know? What a hero. Roy Keane would be intense, man. Roy Keane would be the best, one of the best interviews ever. He's such good value, that guy. Like he can't put a foot wrong in terms of what he says. He comes out with all sorts of amazing stuff. Like the sound bites, you would get from a Roy Keane interview would be amazing. Honestly, nonsense. Yes, as an actor, Norman Whiteside would be great. Fellaini would be great. Roy Baraz, I'd love to have Fellaini on here. You know, I could do with replacing my houseplant, to be fair. So, you know, I could definitely do it getting Fellaini in. Polar Bear, thank you for your lovely comment on the Eric Nevland interview earlier, by the way. Really appreciate that. Thanks to everybody that commented on that video and showed the support. It got over 200 likes and a bunch of views. For a video like that, I think that's pretty damn good. It's the first ever interview that I've ever done with a United player, so it was brilliant to see all the love and responses from it. Polar Bear says Pig versus Roy Keane would be an awesome show. I actually think Roy Keane would love me, to be honest with you. I think Roy Keane would fucking love me. I'm just gonna say that right now. He'd get on with me. I think I'd get on with Roy Keane. I think I could gauge him. You know, some people just can't handle that burning sinisterness. I think I'd be able to handle it. Daniel Kirby says, imagine Fergie, the legend himself. Well, we can live in dream. We can live in hope. One day, guys, you never know. Little baby steps, everyone. You know, you've seen this channel. If you've been following this channel for 7 years, you've seen it grow from literally a melter in his bedroom, just basically barely putting sentences together, talking about Manchester United in a yellow room, because my camera was like so crap, it made everything look yellow, basically. That's how my channel started out 7 years ago, guys. And it started out with getting like 2 views and 2 dislikes and stuff like that. So it's pretty amazing where this channel's gone and how it's grown, and I just appreciate everybody who watches it. And to be fair, you know, it's only going in the right direction, everyone. So there's every possibility that soon we could get somebody like Cantona or whatever on here. You never know. JP says Mike Dean. Hey, Abakar Gay, thank you for your comment, mate. He says Thiago is good, Manchester United. Look, just to summarise, I don't want to chew your ears off for too long this evening, folks. You're probably getting sick of the sight of me already. But just to give you an update, if you're just tuning in to us right now, there's a lot of speculation linking Manchester United with a late move to try and steal Thiago out from underneath Liverpool, who are believed to be in talks with the player in Bayern. If this is to be believed, it's reported anyway that it could be around about £30 million, 25 to £30 million for Manchester United to potentially bring Thiago into the football club. He does have a contract which is ending next season, so Bayern are going to want to cash in soon if they can't get him to stay. It's understood he wants a new challenge and wants to leave the football club. So look, if that's all true, then United have a 50-50 chance of getting him as far as I'm concerned. In fact, maybe more, because even though Liverpool might need him more, because look, they haven't added any quality to their side yet, and like I say, if the one area of the team they can really improve on, it is those central midfield areas. Even though that's the case, I still think United, even with our owners, are likely to spend the money more so than Liverpool now, and that means on the wages, that means the wage structure. We're more likely to put a player on 350 grand a week than they are, and you can debate whether that's right or wrong to do that, and I think in the case of Alexis Sanchez it turned out to be definitely wrong, but I think in the case of Thiago it actually turned out to make a lot of sense, because the initial fee that you're paying for him is not very much, and for a player of his quality, he's only 29. It's not like he's an old, much older player than those years. 29's prime. He's in the peak powers right now of his career, so he deserves looking at. We should go and try and get him. Like, we need that experience. I love Dan Tay's comment earlier, who said you need to have that experience in the side as well. Like, it's absolutely true, and he fits that sort of mould, because all of the signings that we've made so far have been ones for the future, really. Bruno Fernandes, of course, is one for now, but most of them, whether it's your Aaron Wan-Bissaka's, your Daniel James's, most of them have been for the future. So I think that even players like Donny van der Beek, he's one for the future. So I think that United need to get a little bit of experience in here. Players like Juan Mata, players like Matic, they're all on their way out. Legends. Mark Voigt, thank you for being active on the channel recently, mate, and getting involved a bunch. Great to see you. Michael Fletcher says, I'm 33 this month. I genuinely thought I was about to be 32. Phil Jones emojis, Gurn. Mate, I'm 33 in a couple of days' time, Michael. Me and you are the same age, born in the same month, bro. That's pretty sick, Michael Fletcher. Shout out to you, my birthday month brother. So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm 33 in a few days' time, Michael Fletcher, mate. How bizarre is that? Anyway, that's awesome. Ellie says, like and subscribe, schlags. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'll keep you up to date with all United dealings this window, and of course any United news, whether it be Slabby Maguire getting sentenced to a community service in Mykonos or whatever it may be, we will keep you up to date with all of it on the channel. So subscribe, and also a little tip, because YouTube's notifications are absolutely gash, click the bell icon and set it to all. That way you will be notified when we go live and we post on this channel with any breaking news or anything like that. Shout out RD Productions. Andrew Cudden comments, Pig, what about Roy Carroll on the channel? No, and you're a goalkeeper. Roy Carroll, that'd be interesting. Look, to be honest with you, mate, I would love to get any ex-United players on. I've messaged them from, you know, literally everybody, pretty much. I haven't messaged Roy Carroll, actually, but I messaged them from, you know, from your Russell Beards, Moores to your Eric Cantonas. I've messaged everybody, pretty much, give or take, maybe not Roy Carroll. So I should definitely do that. And try and get him. I would love to have anybody who's played for United on the show, really. That's just, especially if they're in my era. I mean, look, people, there's all these great Manchester United players that came before my era that I'd love to speak to as well, in all honesty. But certainly from the 90s, early 90s onwards, especially the 90s, that is the golden era. That's the golden era of Manchester United. And I would love to get players on who I can speak to, such as Nevland. Razerk says 350 likes. Are you serious, guys? We hit 350 likes on the stream. So awesome that is, guys. Thank you to everybody that's stuck in here and smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so, hit that like button. It helps us compete with the bigger channels, etc. So shout out to you all for stopping by and getting in here. First Class Gamer says Andy Cole. You know what, First Class Gamer? Getting Andy Cole on the show would be outstanding. Who remembers that rap song that Andy Cole did in the pop charts in the 90s? Oh my god, that was shit. It shouldn't have been called outstanding. It should have been called gash-tastic. He was outstanding though as a footballer. Yeah, I'd love to chew his ear off for a while, Mike Tyson styley. Quentin Fortune would be a good one, says Andrew. Yes, mate. Yeah, Vince Bruno Mason Greenish says, surely you could get Moisey on now. Oh yeah. David Moyes. I think he'd have one look at my channel and he would run a mile, wouldn't he? He'd just search Flying Pig Moyes and he'd run. Thank you, Ray Reddington, for getting your team for next season in here, buddy. He says, team for next season is De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Upamecano, Reguilon, Pogba, Van der Beek, Sancho, Bruno, Rashford, Martial in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Ray Reddington, that is wishful thinking, but I love your optimism, mate. I'd love it if we got Reguilon, Upamecano, Van der Beek, of course. That's looking like that's going to happen. Sancho, do you know what? There's only that's possible, my friend. That team that you've just put up there is more realistic than the Thiago inspired team with Thiago, Sancho and Upamecano. So why the hell not? Why couldn't United go and get Upamecano, Reguilon and Van der Beek and Sancho in this window? Why the bloody hell not, guys? That's what pisses me off about this football club, man. Fannying around and dilly-dallying around the whole bloody window. Bunch of namby-pamby melters we've got at the top. Do something. Do something about it. It annoyed me. I'm getting annoyed now. Don't start. I'm trying to chill out. I'm trying to make this a chilled stream, but don't even get me started on the Glazers and their slow transfer movement. Daniel Kirby says September 4th, Sancho breakthrough on my birthday. Let's hope so, Daniel Kirby, and happy birthday for them. Very close to my birthday also. First Class Gamer comments, welcome to all the new viewers on this channel. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you're buzzing for Donny van der Beek. Smash a 1 in the live. I'm going to smash a freaking 1 in the live chat because I'm buzzing for Donny van der Beek. I can't wait for that to happen. But at the same time, like we've said, we need to get some more players in. JP comments, Igalo was robbed. What do you mean, JP? What do you mean? You mean physically robbed in real life? Adebayo Farah says, do you think we stand a chance against Chelsea this season? Yes, I do, mate. I do. Chelsea have made great strides. They brought a heck of a lot of players in, and they're still continuing to do so. There's still Havertz being linked with them. I'm kind of disgusted in all of the transfer movement that Chelsea have been associated with this window. It sickens me, because that's the sort of window United should have had right now to back the manager and really make a statement and try and close the gap and try and challenge for the title. That's the sort of window we should be having. And you know what? Maybe come the end of the window, we will have that window, but I doubt it. Whereas Chelsea, though, they've gone out early. They've got the business done. I think they got Ziyech tied up in February. Of course, Werner was done in June. They got business done early, and they're still getting business done, whether it's Chilwell's, and it's looking like Kai Havertz is going to be a Chelsea player very soon. So I think they're making some really great strides to try and close that gap and challenge. It remains to be seen how Lampard can do. I think all things considered, with the squad that Chelsea had and the fact they did have a transfer ban and they lost their best player at the start of last season, I think all things considered, Lampard looks like a good manager. You know, and he did a good job with Chelsea over the course of the season. He got them Champions League football. He did a good job considering they had the ban and everything as well. So I expect them to be up there challenging. I do, because of how much they've spent and how good they've been. But it all depends on Lampard. It all depends on his coaching. It all depends on the players taking to it well. And I think they'll be. I mean, crikey, I would have absolutely loved it to get Timo Werner into this side. I really would have done, based on what he's done over in the German league. I think he looks incredible. So the fact that they got him is a massive coup for Chelsea. It pisses me off. Well, hello there, says, oh, right, Pig says, Pig, never take me seriously, I have troll tendencies. Okay, fair enough. I should have learned my lesson by now on that one, JPA. KM Long, he says, of course, Messi only plays for one club. Ronaldo excels in every club he plays. Exactly. He's done it on different fronts in different occasions for different teams, nationally, different leagues around Europe, so 100% agree with that. Matt Rush says we've got 361 likes, guys. Do you know what, guys? I'm not getting off this channel until we've got 400 likes. So smash that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. That'll help the stream out amazingly. The Saint is in here as well. It's always great to see the Saint. How you doing, the Saint, man? How are you feeling for the next season, buddy? Obviously, as a Sheffield United fan. What are you feeling for the next season, dude? Had a good season last year? Mark Voigt says, Piggy, my name is pronounced Voot. Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, Mark. Sorry, Mark. Thank you for correcting my pronunciation there. He says Mark Voot is his name. Great stuff. Shout out Mark Voot. Do you know what, Mark? It's funny. I'm not great with pronunciations at all. Don't know if you saw the interview earlier with Eric Nevland, but I think he plays for, or he played for a team called Viking Stavanger, and I called them Stavanger, like they're bloody Stevenage or something. So look, it's difficult, guys. Pronunciation is not my forte. Are we gonna sign Ben White Badiashile? I don't know. Let's see. No, don't say there's been no audio for most of it, Jesse Lingard. Don't wind me up like that, pal. The audio's fine, right, guys? It must be, because otherwise there would be no people watching. Alex Duncan, thank you, Alex Duncan. He says, I love the channel. My birthday is the 24th of September, and I'll be 25. Come on, United, you absolute young'un, Alex Duncan, mate. Happy birthday for later in the month there, bro. I hope you have a really good one. Shout out to all the Virgos getting in the live chat. Hey, stick a V in the live chat if you're a Virgo, by the way. There's probably not that many, to be fair. But stick a V in the live chat if you're a Virgo, not a virgin, by the way. You might have misheard me there. I didn't say stick a one in a V in the chat if you're a virgin. In that case, we will get a lot of V's. I'm just kidding if you can. But I stick a V in the live chat if you're a Virgo. Michael Fletcher's a Virgo. It's me and him. The Saint, he's a Virgo as well. Adebayo Flowers, his birthday is September 20th. So he's a Virgo as well. Ryan Berberspin's a massive Virgo. Hey, thank you, Nicholas Critchlow. He says, we want 400 likes. Hey, I know Denzel Washington. I know Benoit is pronounced Benoit, mate. Come on, Chris Benoit, the crippler crossface. Of course I know Benoit's pronounced like that. It was a joke, my friend. I was saying my pronunciation was bad, and then I went on to call him Benoit Badiashile. Of course I know I was taking the piss there, Denzel. This shit's chess, it ain't checkers. Hey, Tushar Gupta, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Super chat. He says, Greenwood at 18 or Rooney at 18? Coal dust. I don't know, mate, actually. Let's have a think. Rooney at 18 or Greenwood at 18? Guys, I mean, that is a filth question. To be honest with you, I don't think you're going to like this, but I say Rooney. I will say Rooney because I just think I don't remember really looking at a teenager, especially when Rooney was 16, 17, especially thinking, wow, how developed are they already at this stage? Maybe it was because Rooney was so physically developed, like even though he was small, he was stocky and he had that strength and that power and that speed at a young age. So I think maybe I would say Rooney at 18. But look, it's very difficult to say. Greenwood probably has more potential in a weird kind of way, as ridiculous as that sounds, because Greenwood can do a lot more. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but he does have the left foot, he does have the right foot, he does have his finishing ability, if anything's better, I would say. Rooney's finishing ability was incredible, but he was more of your really dynamic, powerful forward, whereas Greenwood's more of your elegant, real technical skill. Look, they're both absolutely great. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, Wayne Rooney, you're talking about a player that's gone on to be England's all-time goal scorer and Manchester United's all-time goal scorer and will go down as one of the greats to play in the Premier League era. So it's hard to really compare Greenwood to him, but if we're comparing them at the age of 18, I probably am going to have to just shade it for Rooney. I mean, you're talking about Rooney, when we signed him, I believe he was 18 when we signed him, and that first game, was it against Galatasaray or Fenerbahce, or where he scored the hat-trick, including the free kicks, and it's like, wow, I mean, crikey, what a debut. What a debut for Manchester United. Even before that for Everton, some of the goals he scored, like that cracker-jacker volley against Arsenal, just incredible goals, man. It's not just the impact he had as a player, but also the goals that he scored. He had so much confidence. I haven't seen a player with that much confidence as a 16, 17-year-old player than Wayne Rooney out there on the pitch. Stick a microphone in front of his face and he melts all day long. But put a football at his feet and boy, oh boy, do his bollocks grow. He turns into he's so confident, that man out there. It's so weird to think that Wayne Rooney's retired now from playing and we're all old. Because Rooney's my age, you know what I mean, pretty much. And I grew up with Wayne Rooney playing, so it's just mad. It's just mad, lads. Wazza all day long, says Dennis Johnson. It's difficult to say, though, isn't it? Because Greenwood's had a slightly different path, I think Everton really relied on Rooney as a 16, 17-year-old. So we saw a good bit from Rooney in his breakout season, when he had like 10 games for Everton and stuff. And then United obviously signed him. And then he also did amazing things for England. Like, how old was Wayne Rooney in Euro 2004? Because that was his best tournament. I think he was probably... Hang on, how old is Wayne Rooney now? Is he 34 now? So in 2004, he's probably like... Actually, was he 18 in 2004? Does that work out? But anyway, the point I'm making is, I think he's ridiculously good. I don't think you're going to see another talent like Wayne Rooney for a while. I mean, I put this statement out there, guys, and you can tell me if I'm talking absolute rubbish or not. But I think at 18 years of age, he was the best player in the world at the time. At 18, I mean, not the best player in the world overall. I mean, he was the best 18-year-old. Whether it's your Lionel Messi or your Cristiano Ronaldo or anybody, I would stick Wayne Rooney at 17 years of age up against any of those guys at 17 years of age. You might call me stupid for saying that, but... I think that's true. Swedish Chelsea fan in here says, hello, Pig. How do you feel about being spanked by Chelsea next season? Nah, mate. It's not going to happen. We're going to destroy you, pal. Anyway, let's have a little vote in the live chat, actually. Because let's just have a vote and see where the fan base lies on that one. Because it is a very tricky question. And shout out to you for asking that question as well. I've forgotten who asked it now. But shout out to you for asking that question. Have a vote in the live chat, guys. Stick a 1 in the live chat if you think Mason Greenwood is better at 18 years of age, or stick a 2 in the live chat if you think Wayne Rooney is better at 18 years of age. Me personally, I do think Rooney just shades it, so I have to give it to Wayne. But Greenwood, look, he does have all the potential. Who knows? He could even go on. He could even, as ridiculous as it sounds, he could even go on and surpass Wayne Rooney's achievements. Probably not, because Wayne Rooney's achieved about as much as you can in the game. Maybe not on a national stage with England, but everywhere else he has. You're talking about Champions League, you're talking about Premier League, you're talking about just being one of the best players in the world for a decade. And people forget Wayne Rooney was so good for United. Like, I would rip my own bollock off and give it to you in a handkerchief to get Wayne Rooney back at the football club at 18 years of age again now. Because we'd be sorted for the next bloody 13 years, folks. Pankaj Palhawani says, hi, Flying Pig. I am from India. It's 3:33 a.m. right now. Bloody hell, mate. You probably better get to bed soon then, eh? But thank you for stopping by, and shout out to everybody watching from India. Shout out to everybody watching around the world. Where are you guys all tuning in from? Thank you, Jack LeBrun, my friend. He says, best United channel on YouTube. Dude, thank you so much for that, guy. Thanks for all the positivity. Winter's comments too, but I think Greenwood will grow on to be something very special. Great comment. Yes, I agree. I mean, look, Rooney was unbelievable at 18. But the thing is with Rooney is he was probably done at his peak by 30. Like, his best years were from 17 to 30. Whereas a lot of players, I mean, look at Zlatan. Look at Zlatan now. He's scored more goals. Get this. Zlatan has scored more goals from 30 to 30, whatever he is now, than he did from 20 to 30. That is incredible, guys. That's incredible. I mean, that's unbelievable. So I think football's changing a little bit, and I think Rooney has that. He's not the physical specimen of a Zlatan, is he? I think Rooney always struggled with his fitness, actually, and he's the sort of guy who's prone to maybe put on a little bit of weight. He has to keep himself in shape. He's got to be mentally strong. Whereas people like Ronaldo, Zlatan, it comes to them more naturally. They're perhaps more physically gifted to begin with, but also they are just the ultimate professionals as well, so that does help. Whereas Rooney used to smoke a few fags and all that sort of stuff as well, and ciggies, that means, by the way, guys. Michael Fletcher says Rooney was abused as a United player, if we're honest. What the hell does that mean, Michael Fletcher? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. At the end of his career, I agree. I agree with you, mate. At the end of his career, he did get a lot of stick. I gave him a bit of stick at the end of his career because we were reliant on him, and perhaps it wasn't his fault. He was such a big player for us, and it was a struggling time with a struggling team. And if you think post-Ferguson, I mean, we never had a problem with Wayne Rooney while Fergie was here, did we? He was one of the best players in the world. So I think it's the fact that it was post-Fergie, there was all that turmoil, that transition, all that difficulty with trying to replace a manager like Sir Alex and getting somebody like Moyes come in and getting somebody like Louis van Gaal come in. I think that was what was not helping out Wayne Rooney. If Sir Alex had stayed on, if we'd still had the quality around him, I think Rooney would have performed better at the end. So I think you're right. He did get a lot of unnecessary abuse at the end of his career. You're talking about the all-time goal scorer for Manchester United here and England. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable, dislodging Bobby Charlton, the great Bobby Charlton, from both of those. So, look, guys, special player, deserves all the respect in the world. G-Wolf, good night, my friend. Have a cracking evening. You're a top lad, G-Wolf. What a lad. Thank you, Abba Latif Sharif, for getting in here with your comment. Says, with Sancho, good player, but too overpriced and not worth that amount in this market. Not to mention the impact that would have on Greenwood's growth. Interesting point you bring up, Abba, about Sancho and Greenwood's growth there. It depends how you look at it. I think Greenwood's versatile, so he can play in a bunch of different positions, and he'll still get a lot of game time playing striker, CM, left wing, right wing. Whichever way, anywhere, he's versatile. He's both-footed. He can play in any of those positions. So I still think he'll cover for Rashford and Martial and Greenwood a lot of the, and Sancho a lot of the time. But I hear you, man. Look, fact is, if we do not get Sancho, I would be content with giving Greenwood that opportunity there at right wing, absolutely, and then having Dan James deputise for him. But we don't have the depth there, man. Take an injury to Greenwood and we're screwed. So that's why we need to get Sancho in there to get a bit of quality in those wing positions, I think. Sorry, I think I missed a super chat here. Sorry, mate. Alex, thank you so much, Alex. Very, very much for getting in here with your super chat, but I apologise that I missed that, dude. He says, younger fans don't remember, but Rooney was a generational talent. He was the Mbappe of his time, a special, special talent that we'll never see again. You're so right, Alex. You're so right. As a teenager, he was the best teenager that I saw. Remember that Euro 2004 tournament when he just take those opportunities like he did? It's kind of like, well, we just thought this is something special. You could see from the moment when I first saw him when he was 16 years of age, you could see that he had something special and he was going to be this marauding talent. Because, you know why? Because at 16, he was bossing men off the football. Like, he had that low centre of gravity, he had that strength, he had that tenacity on there as a 16-year-old man. You know, you could see that maybe growing up on the streets of top-step Liverpool or whatnot coming out. But whatever it was, he was pretty happy getting in the mix and tussling with these grown men. And often coming out better. So I think that was one thing that was so good about Rooney. He just had that sort of aggressiveness, that confidence on the ball. And like you say, we'll probably never see the likes of it again. He was unbelievable. In a way, Wayne Rooney should have achieved more in the game. in the way he should have done. He should have been Lionel Messi, should have been Ronaldo standards. He really should have done. So in a way, he didn't fulfill all of his potential, as stupid as it sounds. Even though he's the all-time goal scorer for England and United, he's won everything. I still think in a way he still had a little bit more potential to fulfill, guys. What do you think about that? Legends. Absolute legends getting in here. Smash that thumbs up button, lads and lasses, if you have not done so already. Please do 2-foot tackle that like button. That will help this show and this channel out tremendously. Really appreciate everyone who does it. I don't know how many people we've got tuning in still, actually, because let me just refresh this and see if we can find out. But either way, appreciate all of you guys that are stopping by and watching this video tonight and getting involved and having your say. We're almost at 400 likes, everyone, so smash that like button if you have not done so already. I would love to get to 400 likes before I go to bed, but it doesn't matter. But either way, just thank you for watching. We've had a lot of new viewers recently, so I want to say to all you new viewers, thank you for getting in here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you subscribe if you're new watching now, and it's great to have you aboard the Bacon Brigade Express. And I also want to say, don't think I've forgotten the old legends. Don't think I've forgotten you oldies around here. The Stefan Harringtonios, the Well Hello There's, the JPs, the First Class Gamers, the Matty Rushmeisters, the Ellies of this world. Don't think I've forgotten you guys. Anyway, it's just great to have all of you tuning in. So thank you so much to you all for stopping by. You can ask me a couple more questions quickly if you like, and I will answer them. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up in literally 3 minutes time, guys. So we're going to go until 1:15, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. So get your last thoughts in, get your final thoughts in if you want to have a say about anything. And as always, I try to answer as many questions as possible and interact with as many people as possible on here, just because I love doing it. But if you guys... if I didn't respond to you, don't take it personally. I'm trying to respond to as many people as possible. Just come back in a few minutes and comment after the video's finished in the not live comments, and I will get back to you there, I promise. Jonathan Gallagher says, Pig, wait until 400 likes. Oh, yeah, okay. Smash a like on it then, lads and lasses. Appreciate you all for watching. Dylan Gill says, good night, Pig. Thank you very much. Oh, my God, we rock hard. Comments. I'm off to bed. Late as all. Shout out, oh my God, we rock hard. I hope you have a good sleep, mate. Sweet dreams to everyone. Eat, sleep, united, repeat. I love it. What a great name to have on YouTube, buddy. He says, looks like I am joining a little too late. Haha. Yeah, you might have to go back and watch the recap, dude. We're just bringing this to a close. But just to summarise, Thiago might be in with a sniff of having a bid for... United might be in with a sniff for having a bid for Thiago. Liverpool is still interested as well. Can we steal him out from under the Scousers' noses? That would be absolutely amazing. I'd love to see it. He's 29. He's quality. He's proven. He's been doing it at Bayern, one of the best clubs in the world for the last 7 years, and for Spain as well. He's a great player. We should do everything we can to try and sign him. Same goes for Upamecano. If that release clause is true, we should absolutely go and get him. There's a couple of other players we'd love to see as well. Reguilon's meant to be about 20 to 25 million pounds Real Madrid would let him go for. He had a great season at Sevilla. He's another option at left back that maybe United could go for. Benoit Badiashile, another option at centre back as well if Upamecano's not up for grabs. So there's some options that United need to be looking to sign some players now. Jadon Sancho's another one as well. We'll see what happens with these guys. So what I will do over the next few days, everyone, I'll probably be doing a transfer video just every day to keep you up to date with what's going on, because it actually finally looks like there's some movement from Manchester United right now. Finally looks like we're actually not bottling it in this window, because we're suddenly being linked with a lot of players. There's suddenly a little bit of movement, and people like Fjortoft and people like Christian Falk and Fabrizio Romano and all these guys that are reporting that United are actually in for a couple of players right now. So long may it continue. I hope it continues as it has done the last few days, where we're being heavily linked to players, where there's a lot of news that United have made contact with teams. Let's see that. At this moment in time, though, the only thing that we've actually done is get Donny van der Beek very close. That's almost going to be officially announced. Of course, they just got to finish off the paperwork. He is on international duty with the Netherlands, so that's why there's a bit of a delay there. But that's a formality. He's coming. That one's done pretty much. We don't like to say done deal until it's done and he's there holding the shirt with Solskjaer, but that one's imminent. That one's imminent anyway. In terms of the other players, there's nothing official, guys. So in terms of Thiago, Upamecano, Sancho, we don't know if there's been an official bid launch from the football club. We're hearing on social media, we're hearing on the various news reports that there has been, but we don't know that as of yet. There's no confirmation from Bayern and there's no confirmation from United. So we'll see. Thank you, JP. He says, great stream. The FIFA Tom. Tom says, Piggy, please reply. No worries, the FIFA Tom. He says, Upamecano would be amazing and Sancho. Brilliant. I'd love it. If we ended the window without getting Thiago, if we ended the window with Upamecano, Van der Beek and Sancho, I would take that all day long, guys. Because at least it is a window after a few weeks of really stagnating and doing nothing in the window. At least it would be a window where we have added a few of the puzzle pieces, where we have improved the starting 11, when we have improved the depth in the side, and we have actually made an effort to try and close the gap and give Ollie the tools to perform next season. So I would be satisfied. I would be content. I mean, I wouldn't be blown away. You know, I'd be blown away by Chelsea's transfer window. That's the sort of transfer window that's a real statement of intent. That's the sort of transfer window I'd be blown away by. But the window that we just mentioned, getting the few players in, it'd be a good window, but it wouldn't be a blow you away window. What would be a blow you away window would be getting Reguilon in, getting Upamecano in, getting Thiago, Van der Beek and Sancho in. 5 players of pure penetration, guys. That would be a window. But is it realistic? No. It's not. Not with our owners, unfortunately. Okay then, lads and lasses, I think I am going to end this video now, but it's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much to every single one of you that's tuned in and stopped by and got involved and had your say. Like I say, if I didn't respond to you in the comment section, sorry about that, but come back in a few minutes and get your thoughts and opinions in the not live comments and I'll respond to you there. And so can everybody else and we can have a bit of a debate. Nice one, guys. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. I'm going to do a few shout-outs at the end here. Michael Fletcher, Matt Rush, Johnny Gallagher, Ruben Simon, Pricey MUFC, Johnny Malks, Michael Fletcher, Stefan Harringtonio, Ellie, Ted Zavala, absolute legend Ted, one of the channel members. Shout out to all the channel members, as you can see, with the piggy emojis or the badges next to their names, who support this show. Special shout out to you guys, honestly. Adebayo Fawaz as well says, Night Pig. Thank you, Adebayo. Alan Rogers. Cheers, buddy. Abba Latif Sharif. Thank you, my friend. Eddie A. Daniel Kirby. Stephen United. Illy United. Adavit. Mark Voot. John Hinton. Joseph Misko. Pricey MUFC, Dexter Tugwell, Wackass Akram, First Class Gamer, everybody else, Boom Chaka Laka. Hopefully there's a little bit of news to announce tomorrow, guys. Keep a lookout on the channel. Like I say, make sure you subscribe. Click the bell icon to be notified when we go live, and I'll keep you up to date with all things that are going on at United during this window. So make sure you subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Come on, United. Hopefully, we're starting to get our shit together. See you soon. Legends, guys. What a great channel. What a great stream, I should say. What a big-headed melt. I just said my own channel's great. That's not what I meant to say. I meant what a great stream, guys. I mean, what a great stream having you legends in here. So many of you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting in here. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you having your thoughts and your say. We'll see what happens with United in the transfer window. I'll keep you up to date in the coming days. But this is just the post-match credits here to say thank you to all the legends that support this channel, be it on Patreon or Tier 2 channel members who appear on this list also. This is all free, obviously. You don't have to, but these are just the legends that choose to support this channel because they like what we do. So thank you so much to you all. There's still a few people to add to this list, guys. I will do it, I promise. First Class Gamer, Hayden Alessandro. There's a couple of those as well that are escaping me right now, but you know who you are and you will be added very soon. That's it from me then, everyone. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button before we go. Can we hit the 400? Anyway, but either way, tremendous stream. I hope you have a tremendous evening. See you later. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. This is the Big. Take it easy and come on, United.